So yesterday I uploaded a video, and a video that I edited at like 2 a.m. and everything was fine. Viewers were liking it. It was very popular. And then my mom watched it and noticed an editing mistake. And I was just like, God damn it. So I tried using the YouTube Studio Editor, and I edited it out. And then it said it was going to take 12 hours to take effect or more. Oh my God. So I waited for a couple hours. It was agonizing hours. Like, somebody's going to notice this editing mistake and cut, you know, because like it seems like a big issue in your head. After a couple hours, I was just like, you know, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm deleting it. I'll put it back up. I'll fix it. I'm not going to wait on this 12 fucking hour thing. God damn it. And then I was already working on filming part 2, and it became a tedious bullshit. Just, I didn't want to film anymore, so you know what? Fuck all of this. I'm not filming part 1. I'm not re-editing part 1. I'm not filming part 2. It's just gonna, for fuck's sake, just, we're done. I'm tired of this bullshit motherfucking video, and I just want to get this over with so I can have a basement again. Where's the Tylenol kind of thing, you know? And, so I didn't film that, so there's not really much point in putting that video back up. And, you know, we have a basement now. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm still kind of annoyed by that whole thing. Kind of just want to move on and do some barrel boats. But I'm really happy with how much space we've opened up. My mother has used this part as her pantry now, and I'm going to be moving some of the boxes of things that have been taking up the workshop back into here once we go through things. But several of those boxes are of my old books that we discovered, like old science books about like plastic and metallurgy and such. Really nice books. And the best way to clean up the house is to fix up Bill's house and get the library going, so we can move all my books into the library, and VHS tapes. We're gonna have movies in the library, so we can have like a little like movie store, rental shop in the library, kind of like a James Rolfe's thing, Cinemassacre. His video rental store in his basement. But really great news: Bill got the roof done on his house. We've been not visiting for the past like month or so, just to. Not so sure how coronavirus is going, but we've decided to go ahead and just like, things are going pretty slow out here in rural Illinois, so we're gonna go ahead and start working on the house again. But he got the roofing all done, both sides. It's done. The roofing is done. It's amazing. There'll be a video on that. I bought a drone back in 2015 or so, and I just never used it. So I'm going to dig up wherever that thing went. You know, because my mom noticed it on discount, and she's like, well, that'd be cool. And I'd be like, fine, I guess. I didn't really give it much thought, but then when I actually had it, I'm like, when am I going to use this? Because drone footage has become so annoying. Like, who am I, Casey Neistat? No. But this might be a good time to use that drone to get some shots of the house from above with the roof all done. I recommend expecting some changes for the channel. I do not think I'll be working on daily videos as much. That just kind of happened out of the blue. I just started working on stuff, and all of a sudden I finally reached the point where my workshop would allow me to do so many projects where I could film 3 projects in a day. And I started doing longer projects that have like take time to film, like to let paint cure and stuff. Well, like the hard hat video I've been doing for like the past month, because I had to paint it like 8 times, and because I'm trying to get the red gloss enamel Rust-Oleum paint to like be glossy, like mirror finish with the brush. And I got pretty close, a lot of tweak temperatures and all that stuff. But it took quite a few tries, and I'm about done with it. But I might try buffing it a little bit. I don't know. Don't know if I want to mess with it that much. But I think in the future, for the next period, I'm going to, you know, because like for a while I noticed that I was able to use the workshop as a workshop for a bit, but then upgrades to the workshop would become very obvious, and I'd have to shut down for like a week or so. But I had enough videos extra to where you didn't really notice it that much. It was a week shut down was like 3 days of no videos. And whenever I get the workshop like upgraded, like with the shelf or with anything, I would come back to it and it would be even more efficient and more streamlined. And so I think it's going to be like a cycle of doing that for a while. And right now I'm really thinking about re-engineering how my tools are stored, because I have like this round display cabinet. Well, it doesn't have the shelves on it, but I can put wood shelves on it, and it'd be nice to have like a thing of like round shelves in the middle of the workshop where I just put all my tools. And because I don't like having a specific place for each tool, I like having a pile for big wrenches, pile for small wrenches, pile for big screwdrivers, pile for small screwdrivers. And then I just pick through them, and whenever I'm done sorting, I just kind of toss them into each one. That works best for me because it's most efficient. It's not wasting 2 hours at the end of the day putting all my tools back. I can just take 10 minutes tossing them in each place. However, power tools, I do wrap them in a specific way, and to where the power cables make a loop around it and I can hang them up. But that comes back from my controller storage methods, because when you collect a lot of video games, you have to handle the peripherals very precisely, and I would always have a very precise way of wrapping all of my controllers so they pack up or hang. I also had like a hanging thing where I was like 100 controllers hanging from my roof of my bedroom one time. But I'm thinking it'd be better for me to not do the cheap videos just yet. Like maybe sometime around late summer I'll go back to doing just a bunch of little cheap videos that are like one day projects. But now it might be a better idea for me to focus on the what I would call the technology tree for making the mallet company, because I still need to get the belt sander finished, which requires me to get the reamer bits to have a handle, which I have half finished. I'm just painting up the handle now. Probably give a week for it to cure, so I can drill the holes to make the belt sander. And then I need to go find more wood to make the mallets. And I'm rethinking like how exactly that's going to work out. I'm thinking the most difficult part of the mallet to make is the handle. And the handle doesn't wear out nearly as much as the head. So I'm probably going to sell mallets and replacement heads, because it's super easy to replace the heads. You just hit it on the, well, it'll come down on your hand, but you hold the mallet head and you hit it and the handle comes out, or if it breaks, it just comes off automatically. You just use it until it breaks. And well, I might have it down here. It was down here. It's broken away a good bit, but I've bashed quite a bit of things with it, honestly. But it seems like it's breaking up from the top, which is the outside. So this is almost a fully sellable mallet. If only I had a belt sander to just kind of clean it off, because I'm not going to be making the hand cut side like this. I'm going to be using a chainsaw. And I've realized my barrel boats can help me get this business going, because if I run out of cottonwood, I can go on my barrel boat down to the creek and cut up any logs that are across the creek. And I've seen like oak and all these sorts of trees. They're like that big around, and surely they have some good wood in them. And if they're in the creek, they're mine. This one mallet's really been eaten up though. I might want to save it. Because it is the first one. I don't know. I'll use the shit out of it, and then we'll find out if like at what point should I stop using it. Maybe when the handle turns all black. But yeah, I'm thinking I would probably sell a whole mallet, or you know, I'm thinking a small mallet and a big mallet with a handle each for like 20 bucks, and then replacement heads for cheaper. Because like it wouldn't be too hard for me just to crank out a bunch of replacement heads, and maybe I'd sell like a box of 4, because I'm thinking like bulk, so that way it's not one of those things where you buy one thinking it'll last a long time, but there happens to be some defect, because I'm not going to have a warranty on these. This is like random old wood, you know. If there happens to be a defect, you're just like, well, fuck it, I guess that's firewood. You grab another one and put it on there. Well, I guess that'll last a couple months. And if I sell a box of 4 of these heads for replacement, then hopefully one of them will last a long time. That's my line of thinking, at least. Although I am contemplating how best to test these. Like, I might make a standardized test where I like hit something really hard and see if it has any more cracks, and if it doesn't, it's good enough to ship. But hammering stuff all day would be a pain in the butt. It might just be better just to kind of, you know, like, you get as is, you know, just because it is a firewood mallet. And maybe just sell a bunch of them. And after that, I want me and Bill's company to be also making like 1600s style step stools. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, like one of the problems that I have with my channel is that as soon as I upload a video, or sometimes not even then, I just lose interest in the video. And I don't feel like I should really upload it, because a couple times, I've actually had a couple videos this year where it took so long to do it. I just lost all interest in it, and I just, even though I had it kind of finished, I just didn't feel like editing it, because it just seemed like it was uploading something from last year. And I think that might be a bit of something I might have picked up at Apple. Because Apple is, at least internally, very uninterested in nostalgia. Not interested in the previous version. Although it's funny, like, at Apple, all the, whenever people talk about the history of Apple and all that internally, it always stops at 1999. They don't want to talk about the time of, like 1992 to 1999, whenever things were, like, really terrible and Macintoshes were, like, well, I mean, they're already terrible, but they were, like, totally unusable and just garbage, plastic break and all that. And they really don't like talking about the Apple II, the last good product, but whatever. Let's go outside. And now, I'm thinking about barrel boats. It's amazing how clean this tank was. I put a bunch of WD-40 in and another oil just so it doesn't rust, by the way. It was super clean before. We reinforce this with 2x4s and have homemade wooden canoe pontoons. Maybe not this chair, because it's probably going to break. Because the feet we pushed in. You get the idea. I'm excited. Because I can't wait to be going down the river in my own barrel boat, electrically powered by solar, with a 100-watt solar panel, has a little sunroof on it. I might be able to cut it down quite a bit, depending on how low it sits in the water. But yeah, it might be a bit too big, but who knows. Oh, and I also moved the petrol pump, the gas pump. So, or it might be diesel. SC2000, I'm not sure what that is. Oh, I guess it'll be gasoline because it's 91.5 octane. So that's just a little update. And hope you guys enjoyed this quick little update, and thank you very much for watching. See ya. It's barrel boat time. I just need to make the pontoons. Because I didn't make any barrel boats in 2019 at all.